So this is a niche update about a new policy change by Amazon called commingling. In this video, I'm just gonna be breaking down what's the impact of commingling, how this might impact your brand, and just explaining how the thought process works. Really niche, so hang on. So Amazon commingling. So what in the past used to happen was that multiple merchants might be selling stock, they might be reselling products, they might be multiple brands buying Stanley, hypothetically, whatever else it might be. And in the past, what would happen is that all these different merchants could send their stock to FBA, right? Ignore my drawing. As you know, I'm in warehousing, not art, so don't judge it. And so what would happen is that they would be able to send it to FBA and Amazon would actually commingle the inventory. So, you know, Stacy, my videographer, and Blair's Stanley Cup are actually treated the same. So as long as it had they call it a manufacturer barcode, then everyone's inventory would actually be the same. So this caused some issues with quality assurance and so forth, but I could ship in a Stanley Cup and you could ship in a Stanley Cup, Stacy, and both of us would just commingle our inventory and the customer could order either one of them, doesn't matter, it's commingled inventory. And so what happened with that, customers would then, doesn't matter if it's, you know, merchant A, B, or C, the customer would just receive a Stanley Cup, right? So that's how commingled inventory works. Literally, they commingle inventory across multiple merchants. Now, what has now happened in the future is that every single merchant, right, that's sending into Amazon will now have their own isolated inventory, right? So this is FBA, okay? FBA, FBA, customer, 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 customer. Okay? So the difference is that this was a pool of inventory, and now with Amazon's new commingling update, you have now isolated on each one of these. And so what does this mean for merchants? This means that all of your product now actually needs a new barcode that's corresponding to your brand. And so if two different merchants are on the same listing, they both need to now prep and label the product instead of shipping in manufactured. So if you ship a Stanley, if you ship a shoe, whatever it is, you now need to label it. And then that label, an FNSKU label for Amazon, will actually match the corresponding stock inside the warehouse. This basically means the days of ending pool of inventory is no more. The benefit is that you'll have a lot more control and consistency. So, you know, if you have a reseller on your listings, but you know, they're selling illegitimate, hypothetically, that will not happen now because you'll be able to isolate inventory. But the issue is now Amazon doesn't do prep as of 2026. So you will have to now prep the products yourself with an FNSKU label that's corresponding to your stock. Everything will have to get labeled moving forward. That's the impact of commingling. It's a really niche Amazon update, but it is gonna impact some merchants. And as always, you know, we're trying to stay up to date with all the Amazon news. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you have questions, let me know. This is a really niche topic. Hopefully it was valuable. Thanks.